Hello. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm just delighted that you have joined our reset group and that you are making a commitment to yourself to better your health and just all around kind of learn some things that can be just added benefits to making you sleep better, making you feel better, making your body function more efficiently. And I'm really excited to show you some of the products that I use on a daily basis as far as food that have really been tried and true for the last year for me. So first of all, this is not a Plexus video. I need to just disclaim that this isn't anything that Plexus is endorsing or any of the products that I'm telling you about. I'm not affiliated with them. These are just things that I have found at the store that I've been able to maybe do some research on ingredients and things that I really have enjoyed in the last year in trying to be like a little bit more creative with what I'm eating. So you may like some of them, you may not like all of them, you know, it's just trial and error, but I wanted to give you just kind of a baseline of things that you could shop for after the reset. During the reset, you're only gonna do the reset, and that box comes with 3 individual days worth of boxes of things that you are gonna eat and drink, and you will not eat anything other than what's in those boxes for those days, so that's really easy. This is for afterwards. When most of you that are in the group bought the advanced welcome pack, and that comes with the shakes and the support products and all of that, I'll give you a little bit of a snippet of some of the shake stuff that I do, but for the most part, this is kind of like real life meals that I eat all the time that I really like. So let's get started. Okay, so, and if you hear my dogs bark, just ignore them. I put them in their kennel, they're not happy with me, so. All right, I eat a lot of chicken. I love chicken. I hardly ever tire of it. So if you don't like chicken, you can find a substitute meat like turkey or ground turkey or fish or whatever your favorite is, but I do a lot of variations of chicken because I like it. So I buy the Just Bare fillets, and these I get at Hy-Vee. Almost everything here you can get at Hy-Vee. If you can't, I'll tell you where I get it, but this doesn't have any antibiotics in it, which if you're taking probiotics and you're taking antibiotics, you are, well, if you're not taking probiotics, if you're taking antibiotics, you're killing all the good bacteria in your gut. And so probiotics will help to replenish that and feed the good bacteria. But antibiotics, you may not be sick with strep throat taking them, but you might be getting them from your food. So I think it's really important to make sure that you're finding one without antibiotics. These also don't have any added hormones or steroids, which is good. So Just Bare is the brand I like. I believe Hy-Vee has their own brand of the Just Bare, and I don't know how much they are. I'm sure they're quite a bit cheaper, but I just have been happy with this one. There's very little fat on them. They cook up really well. They're juicy. They're like meaty. They have good texture. So anyway, Just Bare fillets. I love those. We'll go through some of the stuff that I actually eat for meals, and then we'll go for the snacks. Those are my favorite. I eat a lot of cabbage mix. So I don't necessarily say that I'm like a cabbage lover, like cooked, but I love the raw cabbage mix. I don't mix the coleslaw dressing, obviously, but I buy this mix because it's just red and green cabbage and carrots, but it's super crunchy. It's got a great texture. And I'll put chicken on it. Sometimes I put like white albacore tuna in it. Sometimes I eat it plain, or I'll mix it up with a different meat, whatever I'm eating. But I love this as like my salad mix. I do eat a lot of spinach, or like I have a big lettuce, a live lettuce plant as well. My phone's ringing, hold on. My apologies. There's only 2 people in the world that ever call my house phone other than telemarketers, so I don't normally answer it, but it's my mom and my mother-in-law, so I have to answer it. So I apologize. Okay, so anyway, this is a good substitute if you want like a different texture than lettuce, and if lettuce is boring to you or whatever. Iceberg lettuce has like virtually zero nutritional value, although that's what I like. So I try not to eat that. I try to eat something with more nutritional value in it. All right. Same with this Dole mix. These are really good. I don't put like the croutons and stuff that are in there. So am I wasting my money a little bit? Yes, because it's, you know, kind of cabbage, but it does have other things in it. The dressing is really good. I use a very, very small amount of it. It does have some carbs because, you know, there's a little bit of sugar in the dressing, but it's a really good alternative. And if you add chicken or anything, this is really good too. They have like a Southwest one and a bunch of different kinds. So if you're looking for kind of like a variation in your lettuce mix, these are good. I just wouldn't put the whole packet of all the crap that's in there on top of it because there's like croutons and like little tortilla strip things and whatever, but good for a snack or a treat. Okay, vegetables. I eat a lot of mushrooms. I eat tons of asparagus. A lot of times I'll just like cut up an onion, some asparagus, some broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms. I toss it all in. I usually use avocado oil. You know, there's been so much stuff coming out about seed oils that are really bad for you. So you can do your own research, but I've tried to stay away from seed oils now. And so I use avocado oil for the most part. And then I just toss it in there in a little bit and then I season it. I season the crap out of everything, you guys. Like I love some seasoning. I don't have high blood pressure, so I can. I also drink gallons of water, so it doesn't affect me as bad. But I mean, you can use whatever you want. You can use like Greek seasoning. You can use, I like this spicy ranch. I love Greek. I use a lot of Greek. I use a lot of onion salt and garlic powder and Lowry's and whatever else. So I'll just season that and then I bake it in the oven. Parchment paper is my best friend because I bake a lot of things and it doesn't stick to your pan. So anyway, I put everything on parchment paper and then I just bake it. And then for like the last minute, I broil it and it just gets a little bit well done, which I love. So you can do that with any vegetable, really. I try to stay away from starchier vegetables like potatoes and stuff if I can help it. But I do probably eat one sweet potato a week, sometimes two, because I love sweet potatoes. So, okay, what else? This is probably the only frozen vegetable that I buy just because I try to buy fresh, but I love edamame. It's a little bit starchier, but it's really good and you can have quite a few of the pods. You don't eat the pods a lot of people don't know what this is, but you just eat the seed or the pod or the bean thing in the middle. But I just toss some soy sauce on it and like stir it up and then you eat the little bean out of the pod and they're really good. So if you've ever been to P.F. Chang's, they have it as an appetizer and it's fantastic. Very easy to cook also. Okay, these Cuban black beans, I don't eat very often because they're kind of starchy again, but if I'm looking for something or like a filler, if I'm doing something Mexican and just need something different for texture or some added protein, there's quite a bit of protein in here. 8 grams, which is good, and it's half the package, so it's a pretty good size serving. There are carbs in black beans, but they're really good. Let's see, eggs. If you don't get farm fresh eggs, you should. I would buy them from a farmer if you can. Not only are you supporting the farmer, but the eggs are way better. They have different texture. They have different firmness. They're good. And if you don't know where to get them, I can tell you where because we have our very good friends sell them in Casson here if you're in our area. So every now and then I will make a margarita pizza, which I love. I either use these Extreme Wellness tortillas or I just bought these. These are like a protein pizza crust. They're smaller, but the nutritional value is decent in them. And then these high fiber ones, I just make one. I'm not saying that any of these are like the best food you could ever eat, but it does the trick and they're decent for you. So I wouldn't have 10 of them, but one on a pizza. And then if you've never made margarita pizza, I just brush the top of, I brush both sides with avocado oil. And then I sprinkle like garlic seasoning, garlic powder or garlic salt, and a little bit of onion salt. And then I do a couple slices of the fresh mozzarella, and you just piece it up on there, along with sliced Roma tomatoes, and then some fresh basil. You can leave the basil off if you don't like it. Some people think it's too strong. Bake it up. It's pizza. It's really good. My family loves margarita pizzas. Okay, what else? I eat tons of cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese. And it's a texture thing. You either like it or you hate it. If you like it, I eat cottage cheese probably 4 or 5 times a week, actually. I watch my serving because otherwise I could just sit and keep eating it. But as a variation, I love spicy food. And so I will put a couple spoonfuls of hot pico. This is just the one that you get at Hy-Vee. But I'll put a couple spoonfuls of that on there, and it really just gives it a different texture and kind of a different taste. And you're getting your veggies in with it and some spice, which is good. If I don't eat the cottage cheese plain, sometimes I put that in my coleslaw mix and with my chicken on top of it. And then the cottage cheese acts as a dressing. So it gives it moisture, and you almost don't even need a dressing. But if I do feel like I need a dressing, then I'll put some Frank's on it. Or my new favorite thing, this is so good, you guys, taco gringo. It is so good. It's Southwest sauce. It's made with good ingredients. I don't see anything in it that is, really concerning or anything. The nutritional value in it is fine, in my opinion. I've been eating it for a couple months. It's got like a kind of a taco-y flavor, but it's got a creamy texture, like a sour cream kind of. It's really good on everything. Like I've put it on like a strip of fish. I have dipped my chicken in it. I have put it on top of my cottage cheese. You could literally dip anything in this sauce. It's so good. It's in a weird spot. It's over by the cheese, like at Hy-Vee. And it's just kind of in a separate spot. I don't know, by like the cottage cheese and stuff. So taco gringo. It's really good. Okay, what else? I eat white albacore tuna. I like the white because it doesn't taste fishy. It tastes more chickeny than fishy. And I always buy it in water. Make sure you're not buying it in oil. I like the Starkist brand. There is the Chicken of the Sea brand, but I think that's a little bit more fishy. So this is the one that I like. I normally buy the bigger packets, but they did not have them. So these are the small ones. I would eat 2 of these in a serving. And I just mix it with like mayonnaise, real mayo, Hellmann's mayo, not fake mayo. That's like the biggest debate, isn't it? Like some people like Miracle Whip and some people like mayonnaise, but I like Hellmann's. I like real mayo. I'll put a dollop of that in there, stir it up. I always put dill relish, which I love. Pickles are my favorite food, by the way, so I eat them on the daily. And then I eat it, and then a little salt and pepper, and they're really good. So that is that. What else? Let's see. Snacks. Let's talk about snacks. I'm a snacker. I love chips. I love cheese. I love chocolate. I love pickles. Nothing compares to pickles, which is great because they are really good for you. So I love those. Well, let me go back here quick. Breakfast. I fast. I do intermittent fasting. You can look up what fasting would be best for you, but I usually don't eat until like 10 o'clock in the morning. I always have one of these yogurts. They're kind of in a bigger bowl. Greek. It's 000, Oikos 000. It does not taste pukey like Greek yogurt, like plain Greek yogurt. It's really good. I like the vanilla. I don't put anything in it because I love it plain, but they have strawberry. They have like a salted caramel. They have blueberry, raspberry, all different kinds, but vanilla is my favorite. I always have one of those, and I just ran out today, so I have to go to the store and get some, but I always have an RX bar. I'll post something so that you guys have screenshots of pictures of the things that I eat as well, so that you could print them out if you needed to take them to the store. But RX bars is what they're called. And They're made with simple ingredients. There's like 5 ingredients in them. It's like a couple dates, some egg whites, some nuts, some like real cocoa and whatever. Sounds hideous, but they're really good. They're super chewy. I love them. There's different flavors. You can get them at Hy-Vee in the health market section. And I know Casson has them too. And that's what I have like for kind of breakfast. I'm not a breakfast eater, but I always eat that like mid-morning. And then at noon, I have a protein shake every day. And you're gonna have the protein shakes with your Reset. So you're just gonna mix them really easily, you know, and not put anything fancy in them for the Reset. But after that, you can really get creative with your shakes and how you like to make them. We'll probably do a separate video on making the shakes and give you some tips and tricks. But just as an idea, you can see how good these can taste. I have a Ninja blender with the big cup. I put almond milk. Let me grab that. You're gonna wanna get this. So this is the brand that I buy. A couple things. You don't have to buy the Silk brand. You wanna make sure it's unsweetened. So no added sweetener in there. And then very important on the back, you wanna make sure that there is no carrageenan. Look that word up. It's C-A-R-R-A-G-E-E-N-A-N, carrageenan. It's a bad ingredient that is in so many foods. And so this brand happens to be the Unsweet, has no carrageenan. It's like a low calorie, which I don't count calories, I don't count carbs. I just find something that's good for me with real food and I eat it or drink it. So I use like 8 ounces or so of this. And then I mix in other things. So I put ice in my shake, and then I put 2 scoops of Arlene. I have mine in jars because it's cuter than the bag. But I put 2 scoops of Arlene powder in, whatever flavor you want. I always put a scoop of the PB2 just for extra protein. This is the powdered peanut butter. And there are different flavors of this too. There's an almond one that's not peanuts, it's almonds. And then they have like a chocolate one. It's got a little bit more, I think like higher fat content and stuff, but I like this one. It doesn't taste super peanut buttery, but it gives it extra protein. I kind of mix up. I try to always put turmeric in my shake. It's very, very good for you. Sometimes I put chia seeds in. And you can get these really anywhere anymore. I think I usually buy my turmeric and my chia seeds at Fresh Time, but they have them in the health markets everywhere. Every now and then I'll put just a little bit of coconut because I like coconut. And these are just like raw coconut flakes. So that gives it a little bit of texture and sweetness. Let me grab one more thing. Stay tuned, hold on. Whenever I am making a vanilla shake, I put medjool dates in it. Now, right? They're, you know, like I think beetles when I think of dates because they look like beetles. They look really gross. And like as a kid, I was like, that's the grossest thing ever. However, they're so good. So they're great as like a pre or post workout. You can do 2 of them. Or in a shake, blend it up. They taste like caramel chunks. They're so good. So I always buy the ones with the pits in them. So I buy the whole ones. You can buy the pitted ones, but I feel like they dry out faster. So I buy the ones, they last a long time. And I just take the end off and take the pit out and then blend them up in my shake. And again, it tastes like caramel chunks. It's really, really good. So you can get creative with your shakes. You can do a lot of different things. You can do like pumpkin. You just want to make sure whatever you're putting in your shake as a flavoring, that you're not undoing your progress of doing a really clean shake anyway. You know, you don't want to go put like a bunch of sugary stuff in there. You know, natural sugar type things are okay. You know, if you want to add a little bit of a small handful of fruit or something like that, but you don't want to really, you know, just undo your progress with eating a clean shake, okay? All right, let's see, snacks. So I'm gonna go through this fast if I can. I don't wanna keep you on here forever. I'm sorry, but I just love talking about food. Okay, Love these. They're called Fat Snacks. They're an almond flour cracker. They're really good. They're good on their own. There's different flavors of these. And yeah, they have a few carbs, but not a lot. It's like 6 carbs, I think, in 17 crackers. And they're like probably this big. So you feel like you're getting a snack. This is probably my favorite thing of all of these things right here. It's La Terra Fina brand. And it's like, kind of looks like hummus, but it is not hummus. It's made with real cream cheese. It's made with sour cream, clean ingredients, no artificial flavors or colors, no preservatives. It's just like raw ingredients. You can heat it up. You can eat it cold. I eat this almost every day. I forgot something else. Hold on. Sorry. I should have done this video closer to my pantry. Okay, these are the other things I use. Not always the multigrain. I usually buy the original, but Crunch Master. And you can get them in the health market at Hy-Vee. And they're super, super crunchy. I just grab a handful of them. And then I use this to dip it in. Feels like I'm eating chips. There is the Sriracha 3 cheese, which I love. There's a jalapeno cheddar. There's jalapeno pepper jelly. I haven't tried this one yet, but this just came out and it looks really good. And then there's like a spinach and artichoke. Not my favorite, but I'm not really an artichoke person. There is like a pukey one, it seemed like to me. I don't like feta cheese, but it was like feta and something else. So if that's your jam, you might like it. But it's really, really good dip. And it's spicy a little bit, but not overboard. And that's like a good alternative for me, feeling like I'm eating crunchy like chips, because I love chips. Eat a ton of these. I actually do my own pickles, make my own, but if I'm on the go quick, I'll grab the Oh Snap Dilly Bites. I love those as a snack. Let's see. Another thing you can do with the cottage cheese, you can buy like a smaller thing of cottage cheese, and then if you put, where did I put it? This Hidden Valley Ranch Fiesta, you can find it really anywhere. Put that in the cottage cheese, okay? You can either just eat it like that plain, it's like taco-y, it's so good, or, I know it sounds like a weird combo, but it's really good with sweet peppers. So just cut these in half, take the seeds out, and use the cottage cheese with the Fiesta dip in there as a dip. It's really good. You can get carried away on that, so be careful. Like I could sit and just eat it with a fork, and then pretty soon I've eaten like 2 cups of cottage cheese. So be careful. You still have to be mindful. I just bought this too. Just 5. It's a McCormick brand, home style ranch. So there's only 5 ingredients, gluten-free, no artificial flavors, no MSG. It's just salt, garlic powder, yeast extract, and spices. So I'm gonna try that. Maybe mix it with like some sour cream and milk or Greek yogurt for like a ranch dip. I'm not sure. So anyway, it says it's a dip, dressing, and seasoning mix. So you could try that. McCormick Just 5. I love the Tillamook cheese. These are just the little cheese squares. Good snack to have. What else? Oh, these are fun. Protein puffs. These are 42 grams of protein per bag, and you can get a whole cup of these. They're like cheese balls. There's a lot of different brands. These are jalapeno cheddar. There is like a white cheddar. There's a nacho. There's like a Parmesan something. I haven't tried these yet, but they look really good. So I'm going to try them. They are soy-free, gluten-free, potato-free. They have essential amino acids in them. No nuts. Tons of stuff added to these. Like awesome ingredients in the back. There's a whole bunch of amino acids added. So I'm really excited about these. Twin Peaks Ingredients is the brand. I got these at Hy-Vee in the health market. So these High Key mini cookies, these are pretty decent. Like if you're feeling like a cookie, they have, I'll say kind of a weird aftertaste, but they're good. I like them. Again, the key would be not eating the whole bag. 7 cookies is a serving. But if you pre-do your servings, like if you take it to work with you and you put 7 of them in a bag that's all you have is 7. Don't bring the whole bag with you. It's all about being calculated and planning. You know, you don't want to be caught off guard because that's when we kind of fall off the rails. Let's see. Oh, these are real good. Cocomels. There's another brand of these called, shoot, I can't remember. I'll find it and I'll put them in the comments or whatever. But there's another brand of caramels that these things use what's called allulose. So it's not sugar that your body is able to absorb. So basically what you can do, it reduces the net carbs in whatever you're eating so your body doesn't absorb them and then eventually into calories. So it's a way to get caramel and stuff like that without actually eating normal caramels that are super fattening and whatnot. I use a ton of Tahin seasoning on my stuff. I love it. It's kind of zippy. It's tangy, limey, but spicy. Love that. You can put it on any of your food. Let's see what else. I think I showed you this ranch. And let's see what else. I eat these little baby bells. I love them. These are my favorite. These are the light, but they're just really good. And you just have one of them. And sometimes I'll have it with a couple of these crackers to have like some cheese and crackers. What else? Oh, let me show you one more thing. I also eat cuties at night. Sometimes I'll have one like after supper just because I usually want something sweet. It's just in my brain. I always want something sweet. Lily's brand. And, oh, this is Lily's also. But this is the butterscotch and this is the dark chocolate. So I usually only buy dark chocolate, but there's no sugar added to these. They're chocolate chips and they are good. Like they're really good. The butterscotch has a little bit of a weird aftertaste, but they're good. The dark chocolate are super good. I love them. They're not cheap, but there are other brands. But what you want to look for is that they're sweetened with stevia instead of like cane sugar. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll like slice an apple. I don't eat a ton of apples, but if I'm really like wanting something kind of sweet, I'll just slice an apple into like flat slices. And then I'll put a few of these. I think a serving is like 60 chips. So you're not probably gonna eat 60 chips. And then like a tablespoon of peanut butter, and I'll melt that and then drizzle it over the apples. And that's so good. And you're not, you're getting the protein in the peanut butter and you're getting dark chocolate, but better dark chocolate. And so that is really good. I love that. Sorry I'm bouncing all around here, but I just realized this is holding my camera up right now. Can of Rotel. I use Rotel all the time. I love it. It's a little bit spicy. I cook it in with chicken. I put it in my Instapot in the winter when I'm making a soup. That's like my base. Water and Rotel. It's so good. And I can maybe do some of those recipes with you guys too down the road. But I don't know what else I have. I mean, I have a ton of stuff. I'll try to keep showing you guys some things, but I certainly didn't intend for this to be a half hour long. But I wanted you to have some ideas because it's so overwhelming sometimes when you go to the store and you're like, well, what's good for you? This says it's low fat. That must be good. Nope, that's probably filled with sugar. And so I have just been able to take the time in the last couple of years actually to do some more research on this. And with the help of some of my teammates who are just little science wizards, my sister-in-law has been instrumental in that. She's really smart with all that stuff. So we kind of bounce ideas off of each other and, look at ingredients. I never knew what carrageenan did to your body, but now I know. I never knew what sucralose was doing to my body when I was drinking it in my pop, but now I know. And so when you know better, you do better. So my hope with this group is that you learn to do better and put yourself as a priority because we want to live long lives, And unfortunately, the government regulating the food in the stores right now is not a good thing. If you can help it, try to shop on the perimeter of the grocery store. If you haven't noticed, that's where all the health food is. typically around the perimeter. If you stay out of the aisles for the most part, you know, you didn't see a ton of canned stuff here. Most of the stuff is natural. Some of the stuff is packaged, obviously, but then I'm looking at the ingredients to make sure that they're all on the up and up. So that's just a good rule of thumb. Try not to wander through the aisles too much because that's where all the crap is. So, all right. I'm sorry this was 30 minutes, but I had to get it all in, and there's more, but maybe I'll do a couple of videos like this, and I'll try to make sure to do screenshots of this so it's something that you can print out to go to the grocery store as well. So I hope you are all in for fun next week as we do our reset, and then some healthy lifestyle stuff afterwards. And I really think that if you give yourself the opportunity, you are going to change your life and you're going to love it. So, you know, our bodies were made to function at an optimal level, and eating this kind of food, doing reset, taking good probiotics, and really clean sourced ingredients in your food, your body's just going to love you for it. So, all right, let me know if you have any questions on this, guys. I'm here for you for all of it, to help with anything. If you can't find something at a store, let me know. I've tried to shop at stores that are readily available to people, but if they're not, certainly let me know and I'll find a way for you to get it, okay? All right, God bless you and take care.